Greetings, Legionnaires! Today we do battle with the latest and possibly last film in the Pirates franchise, Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Men Tell No Tales. This particular saga has brought us a pop culture icon in Jack Sparrow and has found massive commercial success in all of its outings. Although that may be true, some entries in the franchise have been less than stellar. So, how does this one stack up against the rest? Well, as with all my tactical briefings, I'll provide a brief, spoiler-free plot synopsis, the highlights, and the shortcomings. The once infamous pirate captain has fallen on hard times. Black Pearl remains trapped in a bottle, his success rate for pillaging has plummeted, and his crew has abandoned him. After being imprisoned due to a combination of robbing a bank and being, well, a pirate, he comes across a young man, Henry, who is the sole survivor of a ship set upon by ghosts. He delivers Jack a sinister message from their captain Salazar, a ghost from Jack's past, saying that the dead are coming for him. Now, it's a race against time as Jack, along with Henry and fellow adventurer Karina, attempt to break multiple curses that bind them in an allegiance toward one another. Let's put our best peg leg forward and discuss some of the good this film accomplishes. First, the digital effects are pretty solid. Salazar and the rest of his crew are fun to look at and try to figure out. Javier Bardem's performance as the main villain was also pretty good. Although his constant and particular pronunciation of Jack Sparrow is rather comical,
Jack Sparrow, Jack Sparrow, Jack Sparrow, Jack Sparrow, Jack Sparrow.
His presence and goals are always at the forefront. The real-life sets are also wonderful, Barbossa's quarters being one of the standouts. Speaking of Barbossa, Geoffrey Rush's performance still remains as one of my favorites from this franchise. He walks this line of ruthlessness and likability that few can. Also, he's the truest pirate out of any of the other Buccaneers. Finally, the music is still excellent, and the new themes fit nicely. Sadly to say, that's where all the highlights end. Oh boy. Pirates 5 falls prey to its own success and would rather rest on its laurels than take any meaningful steps to enhance the saga. It felt like this movie was one giant checklist that needed ticking off. First, have Jack Sparrow be introduced in an unlikely location. Second, make every set piece outlandish to the point of ridiculousness. Third, make sure there are multiple items to hunt down to obtain and or destroy. Fourth, manufacture strange and shifting character motivations that keep the audience guessing. Fifth, make Jack invincible no matter the circumstance or antagonist. Sixth, never explain how magic, curses, or any character's powers work in any fashion. Seventh, if the plot starts to drag, have someone look at that magic compass. Eighth, remember to throw in a young male and female that must fall in love. Also, if that wasn't enough, they throw in one particularly unnecessary scene that is reminiscent of the Cannibal Island from Dead Man's Chest. This film spends too much time on predictable Jack rather than fleshing out any of its new characters. This, in turn, makes them fall pretty flat and are relatively forgettable. I will say Karina was good and has the potential to be much more interesting in future films, but her forced romance with Henry is painful to observe. All in all, Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Men Tell No Tales is exactly what you'd expect. The swashbuckling adventures of Jack Sparrow carry ever onward by some good-looking CGI and an interesting villain. Geoffrey Rush and Johnny Depp both play their parts admirably, with the former being the standout. Unfortunately, the formulaic nature of the picture and forgettable characters make it a rough voyage to stomach. So, Legionnaires, agree with my review? Let me know in the comments below and feel free to like and subscribe to join the Legion today. If you're interested in hearing more about this film, then check out this week's Critical Podcast as Joe and I dissect the film at length. If you're interested in bolstering our ranks even further though, share this review with a friend or consider supporting us over on patreon.com/criticalreviews. Regardless, thanks so much for stopping by, and remember to adapt and overcome. One last thing, there's a hilarious end credit sequence for Pirates 5 that fans of the series should stick around for. Final chapter? I highly doubt it.
Jack Sparrow.